Hello, I'm Randy Kleiner, the co-founder and CEO of SeriesFest, and welcome to the Q&A for 410 Stamped, which is part of our independent pilot competition. We have some very exciting guests today from the cast and creative team who are going to introduce themselves.
Hey guys, I am Nikki Taylor Roberts. I am the writer and director and creator of 410 Stamped.
Hi, I'm Eden Duncan Smith, and I play Rashida in 410 Stamped.
Hi, I'm Daniel Ornitz, and I am one of the producers and the production designer of 410 Stamped.
Thank you, guys. And I'm going to just give a little shout out to Daniel, who is a SeriesFest alum. He was with us back in season 5 with All Hail Beth. So welcome back, Daniel, and welcome to the two of you into the SeriesFest family. So I always think it's good to, rewind and start from the beginning. And Nikki, maybe you can tell us a little bit about how this project came about.
Yeah, it's funny. This was a feature film that I wrote in 2004. And, I had been working or trying all that time just to have it get some traction. And it wasn't until I kind of did some adjustments of the characters and made it a short. And then, hey, this could be a series that it actually, got some money to get made for a proof of concept. And I did that through the AFI directing workshop for women. So it's been living with me for a long time. So, and it's somewhat autobiographical about me growing up in Baltimore. That's where I'm actually from, and that's where I'm calling in from. I love the city, and it needs a series. It needs a fun series about the underground music scene, young people figuring out their voice, who they are, and dealing with the times. So
I agree. Baltimore needs a good series there. And are you a singer as well?
I used to sing. Yes, I come from a very musical family, a whole bunch of singers, definitely in the church and the choir. So yeah.
Love that. Daniel, maybe you could tell us a little bit about what the production process was like and how many days you shot and kind of a little bit about the crew.
Sure. So we shot it. It was a very ambitious shoot. There's a lot of locations, police cars, some scenes like the house party scene had a huge number of cast. We had 2 cameras the whole shoot, so it was like a double the usual camera department for a short film. And me, even as a production designer, we had to just turn some locations inside out just to get the right vibe, because we shot it in Los Angeles, and it had to look and feel like Baltimore, which was a challenge. But I think we chose the locations wisely, and it looks great. So it was a wonderful experience.
What made you decide to shoot in California versus shooting in Baltimore?
We had to shoot in California. That was part of the stipulation for the program.
Part of it, because it was part of the AFI. Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense. I assume if you were to continue the series, the goal would be to go back and shoot it in Baltimore. Okay, got it. That makes a ton of sense. And Eden, tell us how you got involved in the project.
I was offered the project, I'm very happy to have heard about and like given the opportunity to do the project, honestly. And it's even better now that I've been living in Baltimore for 2 years now. And it's the culture and the experience around Baltimore. I wish we could have filmed in Baltimore because it's just so I feel where the script was coming from for a lot of the content, like being here and feeling Baltimore a lot more. So yeah, I'm so glad that someone was like, hey, can you do this? Because I'm so happy to have worked with the team. It's honestly my favorite set that I've ever been on for a film ever. So yeah, I'm very happy to have worked with you guys.
I love that. And I love that even though you shot in California, you've got someone from Baltimore right there. I mean, that's it's such a great, nice connection. And you can really, it helps with the authenticity that you surely feel throughout the entire pilot. And what kind of inspired you about the character, and how did you approach kind of stepping into the shoes?
I think that the character was very real to any high school teenager who has has a dream, basically, just at all. And for me, I was a dance major in high school, and so my big dream was to be a dancer. In high school, I'm a science major now, it's very different, but being in the arts and loving the arts as much as I did, I definitely can see just the ambition that Rashida oozed with. Everything is just, not necessarily getting out of here, but like, getting there and being able to make a name for myself in the art that I love and I enjoy and all that. So yeah, I can definitely understand that, and putting myself in her shoes was not that difficult at all. Definitely not that difficult at all.
Love that. Nikki, we already mentioned the word authenticity, and I think, the shooting of this was so stylistic also. And I was curious to kind of how your approach to, the visualization and bringing it to life, what that was like.
I wanted it to feel very impressionistic, like a piece of music. So hence, the camera moves and just even like the colors. And like one of my favorite scenes is the party scene. It's just so vibrant, it's so fluid, and that feels like a piece of music. So that's what I was going for. I also wanted to feel like a ride too, like I never wanted you to get bored at all of anything. And I wanted it to build so that the payoff at the end, like at least for this portion, like the bond that Rashida and John make is authentic. So
I love that. I think that definitely shows through. And as you talk about it feeling like a music piece, you can you really definitely feel those ups and downs and leading, into the climactic moments. You certainly feel that as an audience member. Talk to me a little bit about your music choices.
Oh my gosh, I worked with a lot of really great up and coming, or not up and coming. Like I worked with D Smoke. He, lend his expertise to choreograph our opening scene. And through those connections and intertwining, I relied on some of my friends in the business who, got me these undiscovered artists, who just gave music to the piece. So yeah, that was a ride. So yeah.
Love that. What do you think was some of your biggest challenges in filming the project?
Time. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more days. I really wanted, I like for environments to feel fun, because it shows on the camera and everything you do. And there were definitely some scenes that I just wanted to embellish on and just, have more of a mood. Because, there's just like with a good piece of music, like you have those moments that are just like riffing and embellishments. So I wish I had more time to have explored that visually, which I felt would have given more life to our, core story beats. So
there's never enough time, is there? And what was one of your favorite moments on set?
One of my favorite moments on set, honestly, was working on the bike. I know, so I never learned how to ride a bike when I was a youngin'. So I guess there was a lot of training done on set for me to ride the bike, and I did get into a little bit of an accident, but honestly, just that was a great learning experience. I feel much better on a bike now just from that experience alone. Having like a 6'1", 120-pound boy on the back of the bike definitely helped ease me into the bike riding experience a little bit more. But yeah, everyone was so great about it. I feel very helpful and very supportive in the moment, and that's really great for me, especially since I've had little to no experience with a bike. And so just having people not be so frustrated with me in that moment and really helping me and being supportive was definitely a huge thing for me on that set. and I want to thank you guys so much for that as well.
I love that you've not only never rode a bike, that you had to do it with someone on it behind you. Like, that's stressful.
Yeah.
You can't see it in your face, but that's stressful.
Our stunt guy was super stressed, but he was such a pro, you would never know. He was like this big, brawny, like hot guy. So, yeah.
Nikki, have you thought about kind of future episodes or what might happen next? Can you tease something for us?
Yeah, we definitely want to fill in some more characters. There's more characters to be introduced, and to really kind of drive in, like, you know, that this is a band that's trying to fight to stick together. Because as you know, with a band, it's always like that one person, you know, who's, you know, who can make it fall on the teetering edge of like, do they stay together or do they not? And so future episodes, we really drive that in. We see them grow together. There's challenges that they face together, and just like how just life and like the city, that the streets that they're in fights against that bond, you know, and they really have to decide, like, are we in this together or are we not? So
Love that. And what are the next steps with 410 Stamped?
Well, gee, I mean, like, Daniel has definitely been like an integral role in like helping us, you know, move this forward, like the series ideas forward. We're actively, you know, seeking a production, you know, team and financing, and yeah, we're ready. We're ready. So
I love that. Well, you heard it out there, audience. They're ready. So come help and support them. You guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for bringing 410 Stamp to SeriesFest. I loved it. I'm so glad our audiences are going to get a chance to see it and enjoy it. And we will see you soon. Thank you for being here.
thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Bye.